There is a power game being played at your job, right now, today, and most people are losing without even knowing there is a game. They think hard work will protect them. They think being kind will protect them. They think being a good person is a shield. It isn't. Imagine this. You've been working loyally at a company for years. You're the hardest working person on your team. You help everyone. You're the good one. And then, one day, you get an email. Your project? Gone. Your position? Gone. The promotion goes to someone who knows half as much as you, but plays the game twice as well. Was that unfair? Yes. Was it predictable? Also yes. Because power doesn't follow justice. Power follows rules of the game that most people never learn because they tell themselves, I'm not like that. Niccolo Machiavelli analyzed these rules over 500 years ago, not to make the world a nicer place, but to explain why some people rule and others just hope. In this video, we break down Machiavelli's thinking into 7 brutal laws of power, translated into your life today. If you're just looking for motivation, this is the wrong place. If you want to understand why the world works the way it does and how not to get crushed by it, then stay tuned. So, let's break it down. 7 laws of power. Not in a palace, in your office, in your everyday life. Law 1. Power rewards perception, not effort. Most people still believe effort is the main currency at work. They think, if I work hard and stay loyal, someone will notice. Machiavelli would say, that is a beautiful illusion, but it is still an illusion. In real power games, what counts is not what you do, it is what people think you do. If no one sees your results, if no one associates your wins with your name, then, in the game of power, those wins do not belong to you. This does not mean you should stop working hard. It means you must connect your work to perception. Share progress before it is finished. Make your contributions visible in meetings. Attach your name to outcomes, not just to tasks. If you do not control perception, someone else will control the story, and they will write you out of it. Law 2. Never stand alone in a political storm. Most good people make the same mistake. They think being right is enough. They think truth protects them. They think logic will win the argument. In real power games, this is wrong. Power is not a courtroom. Power is not a school exam. Power is not a fair debate. Power is a network. Power is a group. Power is a coalition. When you are in a conflict at work, the real question is not who is right. The real question is who is alone and who has people behind them. If a manager attacks you and you stand there alone, you are weak, even if you are right. If your idea is under fire in a meeting and no one speaks up for you, you are weak, even if your idea is brilliant. Machiavelli understood this very well. He wrote about princes, nobles, and people. He did not ask who is morally good. He asked who has support when things go bad. At work, it is the same. You need people who will defend you when you are not in the room, repeat your ideas in a positive way, push back if someone tries to blame you, say, no, that is not fair, I know their work. This does not appear by accident. You must build it. How do you build quiet alliances? First, you support others. You do this before you need anything. In meetings, you say, I think her idea is strong because
I want to add something to what he said. You give credit. You say, this result came from Anna's work. Tom did the heavy lifting on this project. Second, you share information. You send short, useful updates. You help others look prepared. You give them a clear summary before a meeting. People remember who made them look smart. Third, you help people win small battles. Maybe you help a colleague fix a report. Maybe you step in and support their proposal. Maybe you give them a key detail that saves them in front of a manager. Each of these moments is small, but together they build loyalty. Not big, dramatic loyalty, quiet loyalty. When a storm comes, these people are more likely to stand with you. Now, another important part. Learn to read the room. Before you take a strong position, ask yourself, if I say this out loud, who will support me if there is pushback? If the answer is no one, maybe you should change your tactic. You can still speak truth, but you might choose a different place or time. Maybe you talk one-on-one first. Maybe you build support quietly. Maybe you find one ally and say, can I count on you when I bring this up? Never confuse courage with isolation. Courage is not walking into a gunfight alone. Courage is saying hard things in a smart way, with a plan, and with people behind you. If you are always the lone hero, you will often be the first sacrifice. So remember Machiavelli's lesson. Do not only ask, am I right? Also ask, am I alone? Your goal is simple. Be the person who is rarely alone when the storm hits.
Law 3. Control access, not opinions. You cannot control what people think. You cannot control who they like. You cannot control their secret feelings. Trying to do that will only make you look manipulative. You will waste energy. You will get frustrated. Machiavelli had a different insight. He saw that real power often sits in access, not in feelings. In a company, access means who gets invited to a meeting, who sees information early, who talks to the boss before a decision, who is in the room when the direction is set. Many good workers are always last in line. They hear about a change after it is decided. They get the email when it is already too late. They find out about a problem when it is already on fire. This is not random. This is a sign. It means you are not close to the decision flow. You are not seen as someone who must be informed early. You are not in the circle that shapes things. To gain power, you do not need everyone to love you. You need to move closer to where decisions are made. How do you do this in simple steps? First, identify the real decision makers. This is not always the person with the biggest title. Sometimes it is the project lead. Sometimes it is the assistant who filters everything. Sometimes it is the quiet expert everyone asks before they decide. Watch who people go to for approval. Watch whose opinion changes the direction. Those are your key people. Second, become useful to them, but in a specific way. Offer them clarity. Busy people hate confusion. You can say, I made a one-page summary. Here are the 3 main options with pros and cons. Here's what we can realistically do this week. Do not send long walls of text. Send sharp, clear information. If you do this regularly, they will start to see you as someone who reduces noise, as someone who makes their life easier. Third, be around when the real talk happens. Often, decisions are not made in formal meetings. They are made 5 minutes before, or 5 minutes after, or a short chat in the hallway. Try to be present in those spaces. Join the prep call. Offer to take notes. Offer to draft the first version of a plan. If you are there, you hear things early. You can react early. Fourth, control small doors first. You may not control who talks to the CEO, but maybe you can control which documents go into the main folder, who gets added to which email thread,
Who sees your progress updates? Be intentional. Share updates with the right people. Loop in the people who matter. Do not spam. Send short, high-value information. Little by little, you become part of the invisible gate, the gate of information, the gate of context. People in power do not need you to be their best friend. They need you to be reliable, clear, and early. So stop trying to control opinions. You cannot. Instead, move your body closer to the rooms where decisions are made. Control which information flows through you. Become the person who opens and closes small doors. Because in modern companies, doors decide careers long before opinions do.
Law 4. Stay calm when others lose control. In every organization, there will be crises. A project fails, a deadline is missed, a client is angry, a system goes down. Most people react in the same way. They panic, they send long emotional emails, they defend themselves, they blame others. In that moment, you have a huge opportunity. Machiavelli saw that leaders who stay calm in chaos gain trust and power. Calm is not cold. Calm is controlled. It means you feel the fear, but you do not let it drive the car. Imagine a crisis at work. Your boss writes, "We need answers now." Everyone is stressed. Messages fly around. People are nervous. You will feel it too. Your heart beats faster. You want to explain. You want to defend yourself. Pause. Do not write a long message. Do not try to clear your name first. Instead, do 3 things. Define the problem clearly. Ask, what exactly happened? What is the actual damage? What is still working? Focus on what can be saved. Ask, what can we stabilize in the next hour? What can we fix today? What must we tell the client now, and what can wait? Communicate simply and briefly. You can say, "Here is what we know so far. These are the next 3 steps we will take. I will update you again in 30 minutes. Short, clear, calm. This makes you stand out, not as a hero, as an anchor. People in fear look for an anchor, someone who does not add more chaos, someone who reduces it. Over time, management will remember this. They will see, when something goes wrong, this person does not explode. This person thinks. That is a key mark of leadership. But staying calm does not mean you swallow everything. After the crisis, you can still talk about responsibility. You can still speak about unfair blame. You can still protect yourself. You just do it later, when the fire is not burning so hot. In power games, timing matters. Do not fight for your ego in the worst minute of the crisis. First, help stabilize the situation. Then, when emotions are lower, talk about structure, roles, and fairness. Calm is a power signal. It says, I can handle pressure. I do not break when things go wrong. This makes others more likely to trust you with bigger projects, bigger budgets, more responsibility. So next time there is chaos, remember Machiavelli's lesson. Do not try to be the loudest voice. Be the clearest voice. Do not be the one who screams the most. Be the one who sees the situation as it is and takes the first practical step. That is how power quietly moves towards you.
Law 5. Make yourself hard to replace, not easy to use. Many good employees are proud that they can do everything. They say yes to every request. They fix all the small problems. They help every department. They are everywhere. And yet, they are not powerful. Why? Because they are easy to replace. Anyone who is friendly and smart can do a bit of everything. Machiavelli would say, "If you are only a tool, you will be used like a tool." Your goal is different. You still want to be helpful, but you also want something else. You want to be expensive to lose. What does that mean? It means there is at least one important thing that would break or get much worse if you left tomorrow. Not because you hoard information, but because you have real, rare value. This can be a skill. For example, you are the only one who can turn complex data into simple slides. You are the only one who can speak with both developers and sales. You are the only one who understands a critical client's history. It can also be a role you play. For example, you are the person who mediates between two teams that hate each other. You are the person who always finds the first draft when nobody knows where to start. The question is, how do you move from useful to hard to replace? Step 1. Pick a lane. Look at your work. What are you already good at? Where do people often ask for help? Where do you feel things are messy and you could bring order? Choose one area, not 10, one. Step 2. Go deeper. Learn more than others in that area, not just theory, practical details. If it is a system, learn how it really works behind the surface. If it is a process, learn every step, every pain point. If it is a client, learn their style, their fears, their goals. Step 3. Make your value visible. Do not just do things in the background. Show the effect. You can say in an update, "Because we changed this process, we saved 2 days each month." Or, "Since I took over this client, they increased their orders by 20%. Keep the sentences simple. Keep the numbers clear. Step 4. Document just enough. This sounds strange, but it is important. If nobody can do what you do, you are stuck. You cannot grow. You become a prisoner of your own importance. So you want to be hard to replace, but not impossible to replace. Write simple guides. Show others basic steps, but keep your deeper experience and your judgment. The documents show you are professional. Your judgment shows you are special. Step 5. Say no sometimes. If you say yes to everything, you will drown in low-value work. Your rare skill will not shine. So you can say, "I cannot do that this week because I am working on X, and X has a bigger impact." You are not lazy, you are choosing. People who are truly valuable protect their time. Over time, you will be seen differently. Not just as the nice person who helps with everything, but as the person who holds a key part of the system together. That is power. Not loud, not flashy, but real.
Law 6. Never show all of your frustration. Work will make you angry sometimes. That is normal. You will see unfair promotions. You will see bad decisions. You will be ignored. You will feel invisible. Feeling frustration is human. Showing all of it is dangerous. Machiavelli saw that rulers feared people who could not control themselves. They did not see them as powerful. They saw them as unstable. It is the same today. If you explode often, if you complain to everyone, if you always talk about how unfair everything is, people will label you. They will say, "He is emotional. She is difficult." You never know how they will react. Then you lose access. You are not invited into key conversations. You are not trusted with sensitive work. This does not mean you must become a robot. It means you need a strategy for your emotions. Here is a simple way. Step 1. Have a safe outlet. Choose 1 or 2 people you trust.
not in your direct political battlefield, if possible. This can be a friend, a partner, a mentor, or a colleague in another team. With them, you can say everything. You can vent, you can swear, you can be raw. This is important. If you try to keep everything inside, you will explode later in the wrong place. Step 2. Separate feelings from moves. Before you react at work, ask yourself, what do I feel? What do I want? What move will serve my long-term goals? You might feel, I want to shout, I want to write a long email. But your goal might be, I want to be considered for the next project. I want this manager to see me as stable. Your move should follow the goal, not the first emotion. Step 3. Use questions, not attacks. Instead of saying, this is unfair, you never listen to me. Try, can you help me understand how this decision was made? What would I need to do differently to be considered next time? Simple sentences, no drama. You still send a signal. You are not okay with what happened, but you do it in a way that keeps you in the game. Step 4. Choose your battles. Not every unfair thing deserves a big reaction. Ask, does this matter in 3 years? Is this the hill I want to die on? Sometimes silence is strategy. You observe, you take notes, you learn who is who. Then you use that information later in a bigger, smarter move. Step 5. Protect your dignity quietly. If someone disrespects you in public, you can respond calmly. You can say, I prefer we discuss this one-on-one. Let's focus on the issue, not on me as a person. Short, firm, no shouting. People who control their frustration are not weak, they are dangerous in a good way. They can wait, they can choose timing, they can build leverage. Machiavelli would say, let others show all their emotions. You show just enough to prove you are human, but not so much that you lose control of the story.
Law 7. Think in seasons, not days. Most people see their career through a very small window. Today was bad, this week was unfair, this month was stressful. If you only think in days, every hit feels final. Every unfair thing feels like the end. Machiavelli thought in longer arcs. He looked at years, he looked at cycles, he looked at seasons. You can do the same. Think in 3 to 5 year seasons, not in 3-day mood swings. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in 3 years? What kind of work do I want to do? Who should know my name by then? Once you answer that, every unfair event changes meaning. If you are passed over for a promotion, you can ask, does this kill my 3-year path? Often, the answer is no. It hurts, but it does not kill your path. It becomes data. You look at it like this. What does this tell me about this company? What does this tell me about this manager? What does this tell me about the values here? You write it down. You learn. Maybe you see a pattern. Promotions go to people who are close to one specific person or to people in one specific team. Then you make a decision. Do you try to move closer? Do you switch into that team? Or do you see clearly that this place will never reward what you bring and you plan your exit over the next year? Thinking in seasons does not mean you accept everything. It means you do not react like your whole life is decided in one bad week. It also helps you with skills. In a short-term mindset, you focus only on today's tasks. In a seasonal mindset, you focus on building abilities that will matter 3 years from now. Maybe today you only get boring work, but you decide to learn how to present ideas clearly, how to run a meeting, how to manage a small project. These skills move with you even if you change company. The company can take your title, they can take your project, they can take your promotion. They cannot take your accumulated skills, your reputation with key people, and your understanding of power. Thinking in seasons also protects your mental health. You can say to yourself, this month was bad, but I am still on the path. I am still learning. I am still building leverage. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of one moment. You see yourself as a long-term player in a longer game. Machiavelli would tell you, you cannot control every event, but you can control your horizon. If your horizon is only today, you will always feel weak. If your horizon is 3 to 5 years, you gain space, you gain patience, you gain strategy. You can walk away when it is right. You can stay when it is useful. You become active, not reactive. And that, in the end, is real power.